What's up, big brother? Appreciate your patience, man. My homie out of California, yay. Alright, buddy. As you know, you sent your brand new Cobra 29 Bluetooth LX, or is that a LE? I think it's a LE. 50th edition. Brand new in the box. You wanted me to do a mild peak and tune on it. And also add a dead key variable to it. What I like to call my regulated dead key variables, which I did. Added that right here on the RF gain. Okay, so your RF gain is just going to be 100% at all time. Most people leave theirs that high most of the time anyway. A couple people like to use their RF gain. Me personally, I leave mine up at all times. So your RF gain knob now is your dead key variable. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you your radio. It came out the box doing about 2 watts RMS, right around 2.5 watts RMS. It was peaking somewhere around 6 watts. 7 watts. So after we did pretty much peak and tune, mild peak and tune, kind of swing kit in a sense, and the regulated dead key variable, here's what we're getting out of it now. Alright, I got the dead key right now at 0.5 watt. We'll just leave it there and let it swing. No, that's a 5 watt swing, okay? 5 watts RMS. Okay, that's not peak, that's 5 watts RMS. Alright, before I show you the peak, let me go ahead and demonstrate your dead key variable. Okay, you wanted me to explain this in full detail. Alright, this right here is going to control your dead key. Meaning when you get this mic keyed down and you're not saying anything at all, that's your dead key, your dead carrier. Okay? This is going to adjust that. As you see, I'm rolling it all the way down to nothing. Okay? Now, let me see if I can do this with one hand here. Alright. As you see, I'm rolling it up. That's 1 watt right there. Okay. Ooh, let me reposition myself. We're reading a 10 watt slug, okay? So the 100 at the bottom is 10 watts. 40 is 4 watts. 20 is 2 watts. Okay, I'm going to key again. We're at a 1 watt dead key. Okay. There's 2 watts. 3 watts, 4 watts, almost 5 watts. Okay. And as you see, with the dead key all the way up, no backward swing. Okay. Swinging a little bit over 5 watts. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to adjust this dead carrier. So you also can see it on the front of the radio. Okay. I'm going to turn it all the way down. Well, actually on this radio it doesn't do it. Let's see here. Yep, on this one it doesn't do it. On some of the other Cobra 29s you can actually see it increasing and decreasing on the front here, but that's not what that's not what it's doing. This one doesn't do that. I guess it's the digital. Yeah. So anyway, So let's say, for example, you key this box up. You're looking at your watt meter. Let's say you want to set your dead key at 150 watts. You would just key your radio and your box at the same time, and you'd sit there and adjust that dead key up until where you want your dead key to be at, and you leave it be. Okay. Now me myself, I usually leave mine right around a watt to a watt and a half. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now you don't want your dead key too low. You can turn that thing down that low like that. Oh no, you don't want to do that though. You'll be a little bit too choppy. So we're just going to take this thing and we're going to set it at 1 watt. Okay. All right. We're going to take this slug out. Put the next smallest slug I have, which is a 250 watt slug. Sorry, y'all, I've been sick the last couple of days. My body is aching. Alright, this is the 250 watt slug. Alright, we got the peak on. Alright, we're reading the top scale, okay? So where you see the 5, that's 50 watts. In between that's 25. Do 25 watts peak. No, a little hair over 25 watts, about 26 watts. So like I said, that's a mild peak and tune. 5 watts RMS, peaking about 25 watts. This should be good enough to get a kilowatt out of this box, no problem, on the adequate amperage. So now let's see what the box is doing, man. Then we'll take the tin off and let you check that out. Alright, let's swing 5 watts RMS, 25 watts peak into this 2 driving 4. I don't even think I mentioned that yet. 2x4 built by my homeboy, Mr. 073. I was actually supposed to construct this, but I've been quite a bit busy on this end, so my buddy 073 lent out a hand and helped me out. That's what friends are for, cotton picker. I don't think my buddy minds too much from the California area, do you? All right, we got it on a 100 amp supply. That's a 100 amp power supply, floating, non-regulated, floating at 20.5 volts. You're going to see that once, like we talked about this on the phone as well, once I key this amp, that voltage drops. When I audio into it, it drops even more. You don't really want to just dead key amps with drivers on regulated boxes, because you're going to be sitting there dead keyed at a high voltage. You want to be talking on them. Okay? So here we go, man. 1,000 watt slug. Okay? Flipper on. So that 1 watt dead key with the variable turned all the way up gives you 50 watt dead key, okay? Which is got pretty low, pretty low. Right there, about 300, 340 RMS. Take a look at the voltage drop. 14.9 volts. 14.9 volts. About 340 RMS. Here's your peak. We'll see if we can hit a kilowatt. Is that in the corner? I think that was in the corner. Oh, yeah, in the corner. Oh, in the corner. Shout out to you know who it is. Oh, in the corner. I like that. All right, man. Your question is Gatekeeper, can I get 1,000 watts off this radio driving this box? Do I need another driver for this box? I don't think so, bud. This is a 2 driving 4. Your driver is built inside the box, and that radio right there is enough to get a kilowatt out the adequate amperage. Adequate amperage at 14.9 volts. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and burp it on the hot radio for you too, just so you can see what it's doing with a hot radio on the RMS side. I ain't too worried about the peak after that. This box will do about 1,200 watts if you want it to. But I say run it like it is, man. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me hook the hot radio up. I got to change a couple of jumpers around. Alright, brother, here's the hot radio. So now we are increasing from 5 watts to 8. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 more watts RMS. My phone's about to die here, so hold on now. Let me position everything just right. Sorry about that. Alrighty. 1,000 watt slug. Do 400 watts RMS. There's your 400. Do 14 volts. Woo! So yeah, if I could keep that supply at about 15.5, that thing would be doing about 500 watts RMS, no problem. But man, if you're doing 300 watts RMS, increasing from 300 to 400, nobody knows the difference. Nobody knows a noticeable difference. You have to double your output to have a noticeable difference on the other end. Oh, Gatekeeper out here around the northeast end of Georgia. And you think I'm going to forget to get off here without popping the lid? Come on. You know I ain't going to forget to do that. Now let's go ahead and turn everything on. I like to unhook everything before I pop the lid. Just in case I want to move that box around a little bit, I can. Yeah, I just throw my jumpers in the floor. Yeah, that's what I do. Alright. Let me get your radio and sit your radio right here where it's safe. Go ahead and move that back over there. Alrighty. Take a look at Mr. 073's artwork. We call it artwork here around the northeast end of Georgia. Mr. 073's developed his own little style, man, and I'm going to tell you, I like it. I'm a big fan of my own partner's artwork, no doubt about it. Take a look at that 10 gauge Teflon right there. Good stiff 10 gauge Teflon, 10 gauge Teflon, hot bus. 200,000 microfarad caps. These ain't the easiest thing to find. That's adequate to 2104s. That's a 204 right there. All non-dot 2879s. 2 non-dot 2290s. Let's see if that does good. All non-dot 2879s. Get your big 5-watt resistor, just in case you want to get kind of crazy. We'll turn that thing down, give you a little bit more strength up there. And actually, man, this box is tamed pretty good. Could have went a little bit lower on that input padding there. Maybe just put like a 22 ohm resistor, but I thought I'd leave it. This is your first buy. That's another thing I want to announce. This is this fella's very first amplifier ever. I always love to be able to be part of someone getting their very first amp ever. It's always a major blessing on my part, because the first amp means the most. You'll never forget your first amp. I know I didn't. My first amp was that 4 IRF 520 MOSFET box, and my next real amp, my next amp after that was a Texas Star 667. Got this thing laced with 4 stiff 4-gauge wires for that extra current haul. Got that big $5 cap on the output.